How does using a boat anytime you feel like it without the hassle of actually owning it sound? Sailo is being called the Airbnb of boat rentals, an online marketplace offering both experienced and inexperienced boaters the opportunity to view and compare boats and captains, if you even want a captain, and create custom trips. Here to tell us more are two of Sailo's co-founders, Delphine and Adrian Gradinaru. Delphine and Adrian, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
How many boats do you have in Sailo, and what kind of relationships do you have with the captains?
So we have close to 5,000 boats currently on Sailo, and we cover most of the United States and some large international markets, like in the Mediterranean. We have very close relationships with boat owners and captains, especially around New York, the Hamptons, New Jersey, Miami.
Right.
So those are our core U.S. markets, and we spend a lot of time investing in developing relationships with the boat owners and the captains.
And Delphine, tell us what the user experience is like. What can a user expect when they go to the site looking for a boat?
Sure. I mean, the goal of Sailo is really to make it extremely easy to find the right boat. So you just visit either the website or our mobile app, and you can just search by location, number of people, type of experience you're looking for. And then you'll get a list of search results, and you can
boats that are available. Are there reviews as well?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So you have reviews from people who have already rented them, and you can look at pictures, description.
What kind of boats are available? Tell me about the super high end and the super low end that you have.
Sure. So it goes from like 20, 30-foot boats all the way to 150-foot mega yachts. Our sweet spot really is like 30, 40-footers to 80-foot boats, but you can really, I mean, it's aggregating all of the supply in any
And people
location.
can rent for a couple of days, a week, a month?
Yeah, you can go from a couple hours if you want to do a sunset sail around Statue of Liberty, or you can take, we had somebody rent a boat for 100 days. They just wanted to move around.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So it varies. I think most people go for a day, or they'll take a weekly trip if they go to the Caribbean or the Med.
Right. And does Sailo help users then sort of devise a whole vacation plan? Is it more than just a boat rental site?
The platform itself, it's geared towards automating that whole process, sort of giving you the power. We're always there to help, but our goal is to actually make that whole process seamless so you can do it directly from on your own.
And Adrian, I understand that a personal experience led to you coming up with the idea of Sailo?
It did. Right after I graduated Stanford, I had started sailing. I didn't grow up sailing, so I started sailing in California with some friends, and I kind of fell in love with it. And it sort of became a passion of mine the more I went out. Coming to New York, to Columbia Business School, I continued sailing with the sailing club at Columbia. And it was just such an amazing experience. I felt like I missed out for a big part of my life, and I wanted to make that accessible to other people. And I was fortunate enough to find an amazing co-founding team, and it's been an amazing ride.
Is that when you got involved, Delphine, at that point?
Yeah,
Yes?
we met at business school and then started.
Do you also love boats?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I grew up sailing. I always loved it, chartered with my family.
Right.
But it's funny because if you don't know that much about boats, it's quite difficult to get the information, to have access to the information.
So this tries to simplify the process a little
exactly.
bit. So tell us a little bit, you also have a buy versus rental calculator. Do you have a lot of users who say, hey, I love this so much, maybe I want to buy a boat, and you help them figure that out?
The whole purpose of the calculator was actually to, in the spirit of the site, which is transparency. We wanted to have a tool that didn't exist that would allow people to understand the financial implications. What does it mean to actually own a boat? What does it mean to rent a boat? Because it's not always clear if you should buy or rent.
Right.
So we wanted to provide a tool. We spent a lot of time putting in a lot of research and trying to make it sure as accurate as possible.
I've always heard that owning a boat is extremely expensive, and unless you're going to use it a lot, that it's probably better to just rent, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it depends,
really
and this calculator sort of allows you to know how many days you have to use it in order for ownership to make sense.
Unless you own it and then put it on your site and rent it out when you're not using it. There you go.
Well, you can calculate that.
You can also calculate that.
That's built in. That's been
Delphine and Adrian, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Tanya.